One of my earliest memories is when I first discovered Taylor Swift. I had finally convinced my dad to let me get the new Fearless CD. I was all set up in my living room with my Princess CD player, and I hit play. I can't tell you how many times I actually ended up listening to that album, or when the second disc doubled as a DVD player for the music videos, I would be dancing obnoxiously for hours to that angsty country pop beat. I'm sure that practically all of you in this room have a different opinion on Taylor Swift. You could love her, hate her, or just wish she never got involved with football. When we look at public figures, we don't just see their individual personalities. We see what they represent. Over time, they become symbols of ideas, values, and experiences that resonate with us on a deeper level. For me, Taylor Swift isn't just a singer. She's a symbol of empowerment, independence, and emotional storytelling. Or look at Elon Musk. He isn't just a billionaire or an entrepreneur. He represents innovation, ambition, and a relentless challenge to the status quo. These figures become bigger than themselves. We don't just react to them as people, we react to the larger meaning they carry in our culture. Through music, speeches, interviews, and especially social media, public figures craft narratives that make us feel emotionally connected to them. This situation is known as a parasocial relationship, a one-sided connection where fans or followers feel like they have a personal bond with someone they've never met. When Taylor Swift sings about heartbreak, fans feel like she understands their own experiences. And Musk's unfiltered and provocative communication style, especially on social media, makes his supporters feel like he's engaging with them directly. Because of this, we start to relate to them as if they are part of our own lives, making their successes, struggles, and transformations feel personal. When a public figure symbolizes something we deeply believe in, our relationship with them goes beyond admiration. It becomes part of how we define ourselves. Swifties aren't just fans of her music. Many identify with her values of feminism, artistic control, and emotional expression. Similarly, Elon Musk's supporters don't just admire his innovations. They see him as a symbol of pushing boundaries, challenging authority, and redefining the future. On the flip side, if someone dislikes Taylor Swift, they might reject what she represents: corporate pop or emotional vulnerability. Likewise, critics of Musk often see him as overly controversial or a representative of unchecked corporate power. This is why public figures spark such intense emotions. Supporting or rejecting them feels like a reflection of who we are and what we stand for. Our emotions are a very valuable tool that can be used by us or against us. Often we let others influence how we feel. Through words and actions of others, our demeanor can be shifted whether we feel it or not. We are easily influenced based on our opinions of people and their own decision-making. Plenty of times we tie ourselves to celebrities and public figures, projecting our aspirations and expectations onto them. A doctor who studied at UC San Diego said that seeing someone achieve what we dream of makes them a symbolic version of our ideal self. Our icons give us proof that success, reinvention, and resilience is possible. We attach our own goals and dreams to them, believing that if they made it, maybe we can make it too. That doctor also said that humans naturally look for figures to guide us, whether it's in sports, technology, or entertainment. But celebrities aren't the only figures who shape our emotions. Business leaders and technology have a big emotional tie to us. Many in my generation are connected to social media and our mobile devices. They can be marketed as communication platforms, but they're also environments that constantly influence our moods and decisions. When we see emotional content, whether it's happy, sad, exciting, our brains often mirror those feelings. If we scroll through posts that motivate our emotions, we might start feeling the emotions we see, even if we weren't originally in that mindset. Musk frequently uses social media as an emotional outlet, so much so that he purchased what was Twitter and is now X. Musk's business decisions are often bold, high risk, and unconventional. These decisions typically lead to a big emotional reaction from the public. His ability to turn ambitious visions into reality inspires excitement and motivation. Whether it's revolutionizing electric vehicles with Tesla, pushing the boundaries of space travel with SpaceX, or advocating for AI human integration with Neuralink, Musk creates a future for technology. Or for the football fans in the room, a certain team deflating a ball when playing against the Colts a couple years ago can cause quite the emotional reaction. Sports, especially high emotional ones like football, have a powerful effect on our emotions because they tap into our deepest psychological needs: belonging, competition, identity, and even catharsis. When supporting a team, it creates a sense of belonging and group identity. Sports offer a safe space to express emotions like joy, rage, relief, and disappointment, often in ways that we wouldn't express them in our daily lives. Psychologists advocate that sports fandom outlets provides an emotional outlet, reducing stress and even improving moods. Speaking of improving moods, let's go back to the old days, the Peyton Manning days. When Peyton Manning led the Indianapolis Colts to a victory at the 2007 Super Bowl, it was a moment of pure joy for Colts fans and Indiana as a whole. Manning ended up playing 14 seasons here with the Colts, becoming parallel with Indianapolis sports culture. He even created a foundation committed to Indy, supporting the youth, which strengthened the emotional bond between him and our community. Even after Peyton left Indianapolis, fans still hold admiration for him and respect, no matter how hard it was to let him go. It's natural to feel deeply connected to public figures, whether they're musicians, athletes, or business leaders. But to maintain a healthy relationship with these emotions, we need to recognize why we feel the way we do. Think of an icon in your life. What does this icon represent for you? Our emotional attachment isn't just about the person. It's about what they symbolize in our own lives. It's okay to be excited and inspired, but when you get too invested, that's a hint of over-identification. When you go too far, it's important to separate the person from the symbol. Our icons are also human. They make mistakes, evolve, and sometimes disappoint us. Instead of placing them on a pedestal, look at them as inspirations rather than ideals. Alternatively, to just admire an icon, use their journey to fuel your own growth. If you look up to an athlete's work ethic, apply that discipline to your own goals. If an artist's lyrics help you process emotions, use that tool as a self-reflection instead of using their words to define you. Keeping your emotions in check requires you to have emotional awareness. Emotional awareness is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our emotions. And it plays a critical role in how we interact with the world, especially when it comes to our relationships with public figures and icons. Whether it's icons in music, technology, or sports, they don't just exist in the public eye. They live in our emotions. Our icons act as mirrors. The way we react when affected by someone, it typically reveals something about ourselves. Emotional awareness helps us respond rather than react, choosing our emotions instead of being controlled by them. Awareness can help us appreciate the influence of our icons without losing our sense of self. Public figures shape cultures, trends, and even our beliefs, but we can engage critically as an alternative to absorbing. To use emotional awareness in everyday life, it's vital to recognize when someone is trying to evoke an emotion out of you. Think about what is really powering this emotion. Pause before reacting. Use your admiration as motivation and accept that we all change and grow, even our icons. The next time you feel deeply moved by an icon, whether in sports, music, or politics, pause and think, is this about them or is this about me? Because when we understand our emotions, we understand ourselves. Thank you.